Hi again, Year 5. I'm here to talk through week 2 of your home learning. If you are working online at home on Purple Mash, or if you've got a work pack, then this will apply to both sets of groups. Well done to all of those children who have accessed work last week and the weeks before that. You're all doing a fantastic job, and it's especially great to see what you've been up to online, or if you can, post it on Twitter. Me and Mrs. Franz are really proud of you all, and we love hearing from you when we phone you up. I'm just going to talk through what we're going to do next week. So in guided reading, we're going to be learning about a text called Planet 9, and that's about a planet that scientists think is real in real life, and it could be in our solar system. So that's quite a nice text to read, and I'd love to know your thoughts on it. In English, we're going to do Pobble again, which is a picture, and it's a prompt that will help us to write. And this week it's about Banksy. So you might have heard of Banksy. He's an anonymous artist who paints art in streets and on buildings, usually around Bristol, but we'll be showing you one of his pieces of art next week and writing about that. In maths, we're going to be having a methods week next week. So on Monday we're going to be doing addition, Tuesday we're going to do subtraction, Wednesday we're going to do multiplication, Thursday we're going to do division, and then Friday we're going to do a little bit of all 4 of them to remind ourselves. So I'm going to go through some of the methods now just to remind us how to do them. We have learned this already in Year 5, but sometimes you might need a little bit of a reminder to help you. So first of all, we've got some addition. And remember, with column addition, we need to set it out very carefully so that all of our numbers and our digits are in the right columns. So we'll start with this one here. We always start with the ones column. So we're going to do 6 add 1, which is 7. Then we're going to do 3 add 4, that's 7. 7 add 2 is 9. And 5 add 1 is 6. So 5,736 add 1,241 is 6,977. Now that was a really easy example because we didn't have to regroup, but sometimes it isn't that easy. So this time we've got 8 add 7 equals 15. Now what we have to do now is we put the ones underneath, and then the tens go under the next column underneath the bottom line. So we've regrouped. So we've got 15. 5 add 6 add 1 equals 12. So we put the ones, then the tens. 2 add 4 add 1 is 7. And 7 add 3 is 10. So we put the ones and then the tens. So 7,258 add 3,467 is 10,725. Like magic, we're going to switch to subtraction. Now again, I'm going to show you an easier example, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of a trickier example. Okay, you'll come across both of them in your home learning this week. So 5 take away 2 is 3. So again, we start with the ones column. 7 subtract 4 is 3. 3 subtract 2 is 1. And 4 subtract 1 is 3. So 4,375 subtract 1,242 is 3,133. This time, when we try with our ones, we try 5 subtract 6. Now 6 is bigger than 5, so we can't subtract it. So we have to knock next door, we cross out the 2, we have 1 left in that column, that's a little bit of a wonky one. And then we get to have a 1 there that's been regrouped across. So then we can do 15 subtract 6, which is 9. Then we have 1 subtract 8. Again, we can't do that, so we're going to knock next door. 7 becomes a 6. The 1 becomes an 11. 11 subtract 8 is 3. 6 subtract 3 is 3. 9 subtract 4 is 5. So 9,725 subtract 4,386 is 5,339. So that's Monday and Tuesday's learning. And as I say, we've done that already in Year 5 and you're all fabulous at it. So I think you'll do it really, really quickly. Then on Wednesday, we are going to move on to multiplication. So there are two different types of multiplication we're going to recap. We're going to recap timesing by 1 digit and 2-digit numbers. So we'll start with the 1 digit. So again, we start with the ones. We do 2 multiplied by 4, which is 8. Then we do 5 multiplied by 4, which is 20. Again, we put the ones here and the tens in the next column to the left. Then we're going to do 4 multiplied by 7, which is 28, and add the 2. Okay, so 28 add 2 is 30. The ones and the tens. Then we're going to do 4 multiplied by 3, which is 12, and add the 3. So that is 15. So 3,752 multiplied by 4 is 15,008. Now on this side, it's a little bit trickier because we have more to think about. So this time we need to leave enough space for 2 lines. Now I know I've got 4 on here, but that's because I've made my numbers bigger. Okay, it's like you've left 2 rows. So we're going to start by multiplying by the ones digit. We're going to multiply by the 3. So 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. So we're going to put our ones there, but this time we need to put our tens hidden away in this little corner next door here. Then 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, and add the 1, that's 13. Okay, so this, what we've just done, multiplying it by 3, is the same as what we did here. But now we need to multiply by the 40 as well. Now I'm sure you will all remember, but because we have a placeholder there, we need to start with a placeholder in our ones column. And then we do the same process all over again. So we're going to do 4 multiplied by 3, which is 12. The ones in the next column. 4 multiplied by 2, which is 8. Add the 1, which is 9. 4 multiplied by 5, which is 20. And 4 multiplied by 4, which is 16. And then we add the 2, which is 18. So now we have 4,523. We have it times by 3, and we have it multiplied by 40 as well. So now we add these two numbers together. So 9 add 0 equals 9. 6 add 2 equals 8. Oops, I should have put that in there. Otherwise you might get a little bit confused. Learn from my mistake. 5 add 9 is 14. 3 add 0 add 1 is 4. And 1 add 8 is 9. And then we've just got that 1 there. So 4,523 times by 43. It takes you a little while, but you get to 194,489. Now, multiplying by 2-digit numbers is a little bit trickier and it will take you a lot longer. However, if you write it down using a pen and paper, it's fine. Yeah, so just make sure you follow your methods. I will also post a picture on the blog of the success criteria, so if you do forget what to do and it's hard to watch the video at the same time, then you can go on there and that will help you too. And then on Thursday we are going to do some division. So we're going to use the bus stop method. We've covered this a little bit, but we haven't covered it in depth in year 5 yet, but when we did do it, most of you had a really good understanding. Okay? This time we don't start with the ones, we start with the number that's furthest left. So we want to divide by 5. So we're going to do how many 5s can we fit into 5? Now if I count on my fingers, 5, I can fit 1 5 into 5. So I put a 1 at the top. How many 5s can I fit into 3? I can't fit any 5s into 3 because 5 is bigger than 3. So I'm going to put 0 and then I'm going to regroup that 3 into the right hand column. So now that becomes 37. How many 5s can I fit into 37? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Run out of fingers. So I can fit 7 whole 5s into 37, but then I will still have 2 left over because I've got 35 and then I had 36, 37. So those extra 2 regroup to the next column, and then how many 5s do I have in 25? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 5. So 5,375 divided by 5 is 1,075. Now one thing that we could remember is I know that this number will divide into a whole number because I'm dividing by 5 and my number ends in 5, and I know that any number that ends in a 5 is a multiple of 5, so I shouldn't get a remainder, so we must have done the right answer. A different way to check would be to do 1,075 times by 5 to check your answer. You don't have to do that, but if you're struggling, then that's what you could do. We got the right answer. Okay, this time, if we listen to what I just said about checking the ends of the number and what we know about multiples, I know that I'm not going to get a whole number this time because we're dividing by 2, but it ends in 7. And I know that 7 is not a multiple of 2. So I'm expecting to have a remainder with this answer. So again, we're going to start at the left-hand side. How many 2's fit into 4? 2, 4. So 2 2's fit into 4. How many 2's fit into 3? 2, and then I'll have 1 left. So that's 1, 2, and then 1 left. That's just my phrasing, sorry about that. So I'll have 1 left because I can fit 1 2 into 3 and have 1. How many 2's can I fit into 15? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then I'll have 1 left over. So 7, 1 left over. How many 2's can I fit into 17? I know that 2 times 8 is 16, and I'll have 1 left over. So I have nowhere else to regroup that 1, so that becomes my remainder. So 4,357 divided by 2 is 2,178, remainder 1. Okay? So with those methods, hopefully you'll have a little bit of a reminder of what we learned in year 5 this past year. It seems like ages ago now, but hopefully that will help. If not, Miss Tetlow will be on the blogs to help you out if you do need some help, or if you would like me to call, then you can phone school and ask Miss Tetlow to phone home and I'll help you out. Okay? Finally, we are also going to continue with our topic about space next week as well, and we are going to be learning more about how long it takes every planet to orbit the sun, so to go around the sun. So we are going to be looking at how long every planet's year is. So it takes Earth 365 days to go around the sun once, and that means that that's our year. whereas in different planets it takes them either longer or shorter depending on where they are. And that's really, really interesting because one of them doesn't get around the sun in almost 200 years. So that's really interesting. Okay, let us know if you need any help. Take care, stay safe. Hopefully the sunshine will come out and we can play outside a little bit. But most of all, take care. We miss you loads and have fun.